Special delivery from the United States Postal Service for Miss Christy Rudd Huddleston. Ben Pentland, the mailman, waved from the doorway of the one-room schoolhouse where Christy taught. Her students, all 67 of them, whispered excitedly. The arrival of the mail was always a big event in this remote section of the Great Smoky Mountains. "Thank you, Mr. Pentland," Christy called. "Why don't you just leave it by the door?" "Well, Miss Christy, I don't mean to be ornery," Mr. Pentland stroked his whiskered chin, "but I reckon that's not such a good idea." "As you can see, we're in the middle of an arithmetic lesson, Mr. Pentland," Christy explained. She pointed to the blackboard where 15-year-old John Spencer was carefully adding a long column of numbers. "I'm sorry to interrupt your learning," Mr. Pentland said, shifting his mailbag from one shoulder to the other, "but this is what you might call a mighty big special delivery." The students murmured excitedly. "Go on and get it, why don't you, teacher?" urged Ruby Mae Morrison, a red-haired 13-year-old who was the school's biggest gossip. "We have more important matters to attend to, Ruby Mae," Christy said in a professional tone. But the truth was she couldn't help wondering what Mr. Pentland had brought. Could it be a package from her parents back in North Carolina? In her letters home, she had urged them to help her locate much-needed supplies for the mission school. Christy's mother had promised to talk to the women's group at their church about gathering clothing and shoes for the poor mountain children. Christy had even written several companies about the mission's desperate need for supplies, requesting donations of mattresses, soap, food, window shades, and cleaning supplies. She'd contacted the Bell Telephone Company, asking them to donate wires and equipment for a telephone, since nobody in the area owned one. And although she knew they probably wouldn't answer, she'd even written the Lyon and Healy Company, in the hope of obtaining a piano for the mission. Although weeks had passed, none of the companies had responded. Perhaps, Christy thought excitedly, this delivery today was the first answer to her letters. "I have to admit I'm curious about the delivery, Mr. Pentland," Christy said, "but it would be wrong to interrupt John in the middle of his arithmetic work." John was a gifted student who was especially strong in mathematics. Even before the school had opened, he'd managed to do all the problems in a worn old geometry textbook by himself. "Miss Christy," John said, "I could hold off on my figuring if you want to see about the special delivery." "No, John," Christy replied. "You go ahead and add that last column. By the way, you've done a great job so far. I'm proud of you." She turned to Mr. Pentland. "I'll deal with the mail during the noon recess, Mr. Pentland." "Truth to tell," Mr. Pentland said, his deep-set eyes gleaming, "I'm not rightly sure the mail will wait that long." "Is it a big package?" Christy asked. Mr. Pentland nodded slowly. "Biggest I ever did deliver." "Where is it now?" "Over to the back side of the school." "I wonder if it's from one of the businesses I wrote," Christy said. "Looks like a donation for the mission, near as I can figure." "It's not a mattress, is it?" "No," Mr. Pentland grinned. "Although, like as not, you could sit on it if'n it were willin'." "I don't understand." "Come on, teacher!" cried Creed Allen, a freckled 9-year-old. "I'm like to burst wide open if I don't see what it is."